Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square. Today, Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. Now, we're covering a number of cases here, but first, let's go big picture. On the Trump docket, Trump-Harris docket, a week out from the election, the Republicans nationally and in Pennsylvania have sought Supreme Court action on a decision by the highest court of Pennsylvania to allow mail-in ballots with errors to be counted, or to require them to be counted. They've asked the Supreme Court to act, and we're going to be following that one because it's a week out from the election. Meanwhile, here in New York, on the Eric Adams beat, well, sort of, Lamore Whitehead, the Bling Bishop, who cited Eric Adams and his access to him in order to defraud people. He's now in jail in order to, I was going to say allegedly, but he was convicted at trial, which we covered right behind here. But now he appealed to the Second Circuit, also right behind here, for against the denial of bail pending appeal. He was denied that, and now he's asked for reconsideration from Judge Schofield. So we wrote the story up. You can find it on the Inner City Press, and we'll be covering the result, which I think is pretty much preordained. But you know, you never know. You never know. Meanwhile, in business news, Judge Roshan put the kibosh on Tapestry Capri, the handbag, the affordable luxury handbag merger. Well, they've appealed to the Second Circuit, trying to get that injunction removed so they can close the merger. Some people are saying, what's the point of the merger? But we'll see. And today at 4 o'clock, we'll be covering, I believe, a proceeding in the antitrust case against Live Nation. So there's a whole panoply. There's also the Somali terrorism trial where they're still in jury selection. Yesterday we were covering it, and one of the jurors said, I'm concerned about the defendant representing himself. He's going to proselytize. Another said that they studied Islamic studies. I don't know if they're going to get on the jury or not. And there was yet another one, who said that they work for a large civil rights and civil liberties law firm. I don't think they're going to get on. So we'll just see. Right now, as of last check, the respective jurors were in the hall outside. We're going to be going back in, but we first have to report this on the United Nations. It's global news that the UN is angry that they're being thrown out, that UNRWA may be being thrown out after a lot of controversies. Rather than get into that, and there's much to be said about it, it should be known, but it might not otherwise be reported, that under Antonio Guterres, the UN has been thrown out of a number of countries. This is not the only one. This is not unheard of. They've been thrown out of Mali. They've been thrown out of Sudan. Haiti doesn't want them. And it's because under Antonio Guterres, the UN is in absolute free fall. It's not only terrorism. It's sexual abuse. It's the non-payment for bringing cholera. The UN is a sinkhole, and they cannot accept, won't even allow in the press to ask questions. We'll be submitting written questions, though, in just a few short moments, including about the most recent UN sex scandal in UNMISS in South Sudan, where Nicholas Haysom is overseeing a mission. He's a perfectly fine gentleman. He was part of the UN's failure in Sri Lanka, but did nothing when the Inner City Press was thrown out, and now the mission is falling apart. Maybe they'll get thrown out of South Sudan, too. In any event, we're going in to cover all these and many other cases, including a gun DNA trial in the Southern District of New York. InnerCityPress.com. To be continued.